spaghetti, just like tonight. So we didn't have spaghetti, but we had those long Italian breadsticks. Okay, remember those? Okay, for those of you who went to Camp Dom, y'all remember those.
Oh, yeah.
So Troop 807 was lucky enough to eat first. We got first in line. I can't remember what we did. But anyways, Troop 807 was the best, and we got to eat first. So we walked in. James and I were first. James got his plate first. I came in after him and sat down. All the troops lined up, and they were going right past our table. So I wanted to eat my bread first, so I picked it up. I tried to eat it. I bite it and didn't bite. I couldn't bite through it. It was like really hard. So I was like, James, try your bread. He grabs his bread and bites into it. He can't bite it either. And so I was like, dude, this is hard bread. I banged it on my tray. These were plastic trays, so they made a really interesting sound. It sounded like drumsticks. I was like, I banged it on my tray, and all the other troops are looking over, and they're just looking, and they're just like, they're like freaking out that they're getting some weird food. So I keep on banging it on my tray. James is like, Jake, they're looking at me. I'm like, I know, isn't it cool? And so I was like, James was like, we should name it Bodie bread. I'm like, yes, Bodie bread. And so, unfortunately, I lost the sample. I think Michael has it, or it's rot or something. I don't know.
Still have it?
Yeah, somebody does. So anyways, I took it back to camp. Unfortunately, I put it in my backpack, which was a really stupid idea. Because it pressure and stuff. I had a bunch of stuff in my backpack. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Y'all have any good stories?
Not really.
Alright.
You guys know if all your tents are still up?
No,
Alright.
Hopefully, I don't know.
We have no idea.
Maybe.
You want me to go
All
check?
right.
Wait, the camera come back.
We're just gonna go up and check on them.
Okay.
Okay, the camera come back.
Is there more weather coming?
Everybody sit tight.
We don't really know.
Okay.
Okay, so we brought it back, and so it was at the bottom of my backpack, and I shouldn't have done that, because unfortunately it broke in half. So as James comes back, and I was like, James, it broke in half, and he's like, oh, and I was like, duct tape. So we go and duct tape it together, and so we're like, we have to show Smiley when we get back. It was a really long bus ride, and Mr. Gill got to pull back the trailer, which is, that's another story. So, anyways, I know, but I came back and I found it. So I bring it back, and we get back at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a broken arm. It was another problem. Anyways, Different story. It's a different story. It's a
Ah.
tradition now. Somebody has to break an arm on this camp out, by the way. Volunteers.
Okay.
Okay.
Volunteer.
You have to break it on like the last day. That's the tradition, okay?
I'm jumping off that thing.
Okay, great. Okay, anyways, so I bring it back and I show Smiley. Y'all know who Smiley is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I show Smiley, and Smiley, I was like, Smiley, look at this bread. And he was like, when did y'all eat this? I was like, Wednesday. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah. And so he takes it. He's like, he hits it on the concrete. We're in the church parking lot. I was like, isn't it hard? And he's like, yeah. And he takes it and he writes his name and it's a sidewalk. It's like chalk. And it's like, it's so funny. And so, I have more. Are you gonna tell one now? You can tell another one. No. Tell another one. Okay. So we're gonna go to the bear story now. Okay. So.
Is it scary?
No, it's not scary.
It's a true story.
There was a storm on last night, second to last night. I don't know. It was close to the end of camp.
It was last night.
Okay. So same camp. Okay. So we were there. We were doing closing campfire. Problem was, there was one problem. We can't do closing campfire when you can't see from here to that tree over there. That's how much rain is coming down. It was a lot of rain. And so, we're all sitting in there. So we go back. Mr. Gill was at camp. I don't know why, but he was at camp. And so, yeah, he was Peaceful Valley.
Yeah.
You were at camp too?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I come back. Mr. Gill and Mrs. Walker can probably tell, or Minnie can tell this better. But anyways, I come back. I was the first one back, and I see like the chessboard on the floor, on the ground, and everything, and all the stuff that was on the table right here was on the floor and everything. No, it was in the under the Great White. And then I noticed the flagpole is knocked down right next to the trailer. We still don't know what happened to that. But anyways, hi. So we come back over, or wait, what was I saying? I just completely forgot. Oh, I got distracted. Quit distracting me. Okay, so flagpole's down, and so so I see Mr. Gill. I was like, what happened? He's like, oh, well, a bear just came through camp. He said so calmly, and I was just like, that's reassuring. And so I was like, so did they knock down the pole? And he's like, I'm not really sure. And so, but the bear like apparently came through our camp and knocked off the chessboard and everything else that was on the tables and stuff. Went through Mason's tent apparently. So James and I decided that we had to make up a really good story because we couldn't tell everyone that a bear came through camp, but we had to tell them to get all their sweets and toothbrush stuff out of the tents, because you know toothpaste smells, right?
Yeah.
Smell. So we had to come up with a story. So James and I settled upon a large raccoon came through the camp. So it was a very large raccoon that came through camp and got through all this stuff. So, but what we decided was either the ranger ran into the flagpole or the bear knocked it down, or I believe Mr. Alexander scratched his back on it.
Thank you.